Thank you, Cove. You cried sadly, you cried in relief. You feel unsure about it all. I'd probably cry. You cried in relief. His words made a lot of sense. You knew your sister well, and you knew your family would always be important. Even as the tears started rolling down your face, that thought comforted you. A knock on the door made you look up, though before you could even move, it swung open and Elizabeth in your door frame. This girl needs to learn how to knock and wait for an answer. She walked closer and you didn't quite know what to do or what she was planning on saying. Would you mind going? I want to talk to just Z. You can come back, it's just not going to be forever or anything. Cove seemed equal parts concerned and skeptical. Leaving now wasn't a concept that thrilled him. You can't ask that. You nod your head in agreement. I want to talk to you too. I want to talk to you too.
Really?
Oh, then we're on the same page? She made a little move along gesture with her hands and it was settled. You waited until the two of you were alone, but fixing her with an inquisitive look. Elizabeth folded her arms, looking you over. Did moms tell you about your parents too? I didn't want to know. I don't want to talk about it. I didn't want to know. Elizabeth nodded, understanding, her face solemn. Why did you want to talk to me? I went to see you and you didn't even answer. Elizabeth raised an eyebrow at the news.
What?
I didn't hear anything. Shouting everything out with loud music was very typical of your sister. You didn't feel much less confused, though. Why did you stop doing that, then? She shook her head as though the answer should be obvious. I was worried about you. I was the one who brought it up, but I made you deal with whatever was left when I was gone. She sighed, glancing upwards for a moment, before settling on you once more. I wanted to ask you what happened with everyone breathing down our necks. That was pretty crappy of you to just bail. I'm amazed you noticed that was unkind. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm not mad at you. You were quiet, surprised by her admission. I'm saying I'm not mad at you. She stuck her nose up a little at that, but her smile was soft. I'm okay, Elizabeth. It didn't upset me. How are you? Maybe because I'm not 13 and I'm playing this game. How are you allowed to be that mature? I understand where you're coming from. See, I feel like in these situations where, like, I definitely couldn't have experienced it back then, I have to answer truthfully as I am now. Lightning spirits in her were quickly gone as she slipped back into a scowl. You have to be born in the US to become a president. What? You had never heard of that dream of hers before. She noticed your bafflement and continued. I get I was never going to be president, but it just feels weird having stuff taken away, not even getting a chance at it. Oh, I get that. I don't like having to know that when I was born, I was going to have a completely different life, so different I can't even think about what it'd look like in my head. I could have spoken another language, lived away from everything I've ever seen here, and had someone else as my sibling. And then my parents died, and I was adopted, and the life I got became a totally new thing forever. I can't go back to what it was, even if I wanted to. Happiness settled between you and the person who became your sister. I feel like that too. You know exactly how she felt. I don't really understand. You knew exactly how she felt. It was a confusing feeling to have lived one way for as long as you can remember, but not having it be what was originally yours. Elizabeth watched you seriously. She was still trying to make sense of this to you and herself. I don't know why today was the day. Nothing came up to make me ask the question. It was just something I've had in my head for a while. When it was just me and Mom's in the living room, I just kind of said it finally, and there you go. She shifted from one foot to another, relaxing her stance just a bit. She also spoke more gently. Writing about them and what happened doesn't change how I feel about our family, Z. She smirked, fixing you with a sharp gaze. I'd already figured a long time ago that moms weren't our biological parents. That wasn't news. Technically, one of them could have been related to you. You kept listening to Elizabeth. It really doesn't change anything. Technically, one of them could have been related to you. Our moms can have kids, just not both together. True, but I'm not half white or native Hawaiian, so no, neither of them could have been my mom. True, though. Oh, we are in Hawaii. Confirmed. I love that. See, See, I could still be related to them because I'm half white. Let's go.
Nice try.
Smart Alec. Nothing about my family I was first born in would have made me decide that this wasn't my family anymore. If you had hoped you'd be free of my big sisterly status, don't think you're so lucky. She bumped her shoulder against yours playfully, her lips tilted at the corners.
You'll always be my little sister.
You smiled softly at her. You jokingly groaned at the prospect. You bumped her back. You hugged her. Would I hug my sister? See, this is hard for me as well, because, like, I've never really been that close with my family. But I think after that moment, I should hug her. It took a few seconds, but she gave you a quick squeeze in return. Those are my family too. I think I'm really lucky. You took in the moment quietly. I'd probably take it in quietly. Chuckling, she seemed pleased with how the conversation had gone in the end. We should probably head downstairs and make sure moms are okay. It's been a long day for everybody. You gave her a nod. Down we go. You met up with Cove just outside the room and made the short trip to the lower floor of your homes together. Familiarity of all felt nice. I wonder how awkward it was for Cove to just like go downstairs. Did he wait? So he waited outside the room. So he never like saw our moms. But like, let's see this. When you stepped into the living room, you found your moms quietly sitting together at the kitchen table. They both got to their feet when they noticed the arrival, and Ma gave you a careful smile. It seemed they were too concerned to really register that Cove was inexplicably here now, despite being turned away at the door earlier. We're so glad to see you. I'm sorry for walking away before. Everything's alright. Everything is alright. That's wonderful, sweetheart. Really wonderful. Mom then came over and wrapped her arms around you and Elizabeth, giving you a tight hug. It didn't take long for Mom to join in, putting her arms around the both of you.
Love you.
We really couldn't have asked for better kiddos. We love you. More than we could ever say. Moms. You smiled at their comfort. You were so glad your moms were alright. You're smushing me. You were so glad your moms were alright. I love you too. You let them hug you for as long as they needed, and it was a nice moment shared between you. They both pulled back eventually and grinned at the two of you, and you knew that you all had each other, and you always would. Hey, I hope you're all alright. Oh my gosh, she's still... We left her for so long. Lee came up towards you, a soft smile plastered on her face. Are you okay, Elizabeth? Elizabeth rolled her eyes and huffed a breath, and you knew she wasn't used to showing her vulnerable side.
Fine.
Too fine. Lee nodded, though you could tell she didn't quite believe her. Well, now since we're all here now, how about we do something together as a family? Sounds like an excellent idea. We should have some fun before the night's over. I love the sound of that. Yeah, okay. Why not? You hid the smile that threatened to tilt your lips, knowing that Elizabeth must have been in a good mood if she hadn't even teased Cove for being part of it. And no matter what she could have said about it, you wanted him to be here. The two of you had practically grown up together over the past 5 years. Who's got a suggestion? It would be something we can do here in the house with everyone in the same room. We could just put on a movie. That would be wonderful. It's good to me.
Me too.
Yeah. You were happy with watching a movie. You weren't so thrilled with the idea, but went along with it anyway. I'm happy.
Alright.
I'll cook up some popcorn. The rest of you can pick a movie. Your mom headed off to the kitchen, and Ma turned to face the rest of you. What do we have in mind? Everyone else can decide. I'll watch anything. I'm like, now that I can't see his face, can't do a voice. Anything but drama. We don't need any more of that today. She's right. There were some chuckles at her joke, and you thought about what you would prefer to watch. I want to watch a rom-com. I prefer to watch horror. Definitely not that one. I think sci-fi is best. I'm in the mood for an action movie. Maybe we can watch a family-friendly film. Comedy would be great. I'd go with the family-friendly film, you know? Let's just be chill. Cool! Perfect. With the basics settled, Ma took to sorting through the DVD collection. You didn't notice that Elizabeth was sidling up to you until she was right next to you, arm to arm. Since there's only so much room on the couch, I say it should go to Z and I. This is our day. Oh. Is this what having siblings are like, cause like once again, I'm not close to my siblings, but it's like that. It's like I hate her, but I love her. Wait, I want to sit with you too. I'm small. You won't even notice I'm here. Elizabeth raised a skeptical eyebrow, not so sure about that. Ma stood back up with a DVD in her hand and smirked on her face. I want to sit with the cool kids too. Surely there's room for one more, right? It might be a tight fit, but we can make it work. You could tell that Ma was teasing, and Elizabeth rolled her eyes at where this was going. She had expected an easy victory. But you want to sit there too, huh, Cove? Ma tapped Cove on the shoulder with the DVD case. He laughed awkwardly at her teasing. I don't need to sit on the couch. You felt shy over being the center of attention. There's not enough space for everybody. Usually I'm a shy person, but I feel like this is a good moment for me and my sister. There's not enough space for everybody. Lee looked disappointed by that, but it was the truth. Mom came back with a big bowl of fresh popcorn, and you inhaled the smell of the hot, salty snack. What's the skinny? We all want to sit with Elizabeth and Z, but there's not enough room on the couch. Mom took that answer in stride and pursed her lips thoughtfully. That's definitely a problem. I suppose there's only one solution. Elizabeth and Z will have to sit on the floor in front of the couch. That way there's a spot behind them and on the floor at their sides.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's fair. What? What? No, the whole point was us getting the couch to ourselves.
Sorry.
That's the cost of popularity. Elizabeth groaned and crossed her arms over her chest in annoyance. Fine, Z, you're with me in front. The rest of you can fend for yourselves. Oh, she cares about me. There was a mad dash as Mom and Lee raced for the couch behind you, and Elizabeth and Ma put the DVD in the player before joining them. Cove took a seat at your other side on the floor, giving you a small smile. Everyone soon quieted down, and the only sounds to be heard were of hands scooping up popcorn and munching it down as the movie began. In that moment, you couldn't have been more pleased to be a part of the family you had. Why are these so... Oh my god. I feel like all of these should not be amazing, but they are. Let's see, dinner. What time is it? Whatever. Sunlight shone through the windows as you sat in your living room, your home phone pressed to your ear. Cove was on the other end. It's been shaping up to be an ordinary day like any other, until Cove had called unexpectedly. He sounded unusually nervous greeting you. You listened silently as he kept talking, his words stilted. So I was just wondering, do you want to come over to my house for dinner tonight? The question came out strangely, almost like he rehearsed it a few times beforehand. Your eyes widened a little. You hadn't expected this to be the reason behind the call. Yeah, I'll go. It was... Huh? Oh. I seen that Cove still had more to say, and you just interrupted him. Oops. Cool, well... He stumbled for a bit, trying to gather his thoughts again. My mom and dad, they really want you to be there if your parents don't have a problem with it. They asked me to ask you. It took a moment to think. Dinner at home would be quiet and uneventful today. If you really wanted to, you could go to Cove's instead. Cove spoke up again, breaking your thought train. His voice was softer than before. Also, I want you to be there too. Can you come? Can you? Come over, I mean? Yeah, I could come. I'll have to ask my moms and get back to you. No, I can't make it. Why am I the only one invited? Or did you mean the whole family? I mean, at that age, I could just go. But I would just kind of inform them. Yeah, I can come. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Z. I'll let them know when I can. He sounds notably relieved by your response. Was you coming over for dinner today that serious? He spoke to you for a little while longer to explain what time to come over and other details, then hung up. And that was that for now, anyway. Soon enough, the sun dipped out of the sky and the evening came. It was time for you to head over to Cove's house. After letting Elizabeth know you were leaving, she didn't look away from the TV, just grunted. You made the small journey across the street. You knocked a couple times on the heavy door to their condo. As you waited for an answer, you found yourself contemplating being a guest while both of Cove's parents were there. It was exciting. You were apprehensive. The idea made you curious. You didn't think it would be especially interesting. You couldn't say you were thrilled. Why is there not like a nervous option? I mean, I guess I'll go with apprehensive. You didn't know what to expect from this dinner party. You didn't get too much time with your thoughts, though the door opened soon enough. Cove's mom, Kira, stood in her frame, smiling warmly at you.
Come on.
Hey, Izzy, welcome. Please come on in. She opened. Oh, their house be looking nice. It kind of be looking like mine though. I'm sorry. That was unexpected. She opened the door wider and moved to make room. You stepped inside, allowing her to shut it behind you. Thanks so much for coming over. I know it was kind of last minute second. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Just make yourself at home. It's not my home, but I've been given permission to say that. Hey Z, welcome to our humble abode. God, I forgot how he sounds. You jerked your head toward the sound of Mr. Holden's voice. He waved at you briefly from the kitchen with his back turned and a large spoon in hand. Hope you're hungry because I'm whipping up a lot of tasty stuff. True to his word, you heard something sizzling on the stove. You closed your eyes and inhaled. It smells spicy and savory. With Mr. Holden busy and Coast nowhere to be seen, it was just you and Kira. She gave you a wiry smile. He sure is. Well, I've been barred from cooking the entire time I'm staying here. Can you believe that? She nudged you with an elbow. Mr. Holden scoffed good-naturedly, then spoke from over his shoulder. You're on vacation, Kira. You need to accept that already. She yelled back, amusement obvious on her face and in her tone. People still cook when they're on vacation. Everyone's gotta eat. It's not like I'm some celebrity who can go out for every meal or hire a private chef. Well, in this house, you're a VIP. Is there something? Are they? Kira smiled and shook her head quietly. Then she turned to face you once more. Sorry about that, Z. Here I was trying to strike up conversation with you, and Cliff just had to butt in. I don't butt in. God, it's so hard to do an adult guy's voice. She eyed him, chuckling in disbelief. He wasn't exactly disproving her point with that. Kira leaned over to whisper to you. It's okay, he likes to be included, but since Clifford insisted on cooking all by himself, I'll have to wait. Two of us can chat. Her next question continued to be said in a hushed tone, just to be safe.
So?
How are you doing?